Hey, it's Victoria. I have actually been cleaning my apartment all day today, and so I thought, why not do a little apartment tour? So here's the tour. So here is my landing. I keep this bitch bolted down, as you can tell. But as soon as you walk in the front door, this is what you first see. It is literally just my landing and then my stairs. So I actually have a no shoe rule in my apartment. So you see all of my shoes lined up here. And then when you first come up the stairs, this is what you see. This is just where I keep my purse and anything I need to take with me to work or to wherever I'm going. And then I have this mirror as soon as you get to the top of the stairs. And then if you turn immediately to your left-hand side, on top of the stairs is my bedroom. And so first inside the door, I have my giant mirror from IKEA. This was like $200. And then I have my jewelry stand. On top of it, I just have it decorated super cute, just with stuff I use. My watch and my bracelets that I wear every day, the lotion I use every single day. This new perfume that my cousin gave to me, which smells amazing, by the way, and flowers for my boyfriend. And then here's my vision board for 2025. I've actually gotten I've gotten a lot of this stuff done, so that's super, super exciting. And then this is my vanity, which, yes, I just cleaned it. It's a mess no matter what I do, honestly. I don't even use half of the stuff that's on here anymore. I pretty much just use like 5 things from inside my makeup bag and then my flat iron. And like literally everything else probably needs to just go into the trash. I'm pretty simple and pretty low maintenance when it comes to like makeup because I'm trying to get my skin to clear up really, really good. Anyway, I have a super nice big window right next to my bed. I have these little fairy lights that my boyfriend gave me, and I absolutely love having natural lighting in my house, so to have a window right here in my bedroom is so awesome. We're repping the Real Friends, and then I have flowers that my boyfriend gave to me. Anyway, this is my nightlight, my lamp. It was in my mom's room for like 15 years. That's another thing about my place. I don't love going out and buying stuff, so like my bed, the mattress, the box springs, everything, those were all a gift. All my blankets are from the thrift store except the sheet sets. Those are from Target, but from 2 years ago before they got rid of DEI. I keep a bunch of stuff in my headboard. The bed frame was given to me. Most of the blankets, the pillows were given to me by my mom. This was given to me by one of my friends from high school sisters, actually. And then my awesome girly pictures here, I printed those off on a sheet of paper, and then I bought the photograph frames from somebody on Facebook Marketplace, actually, for like $11. I have a TV in my room, but I never use it. I've been living here for a year and a half now, and when I first moved in, I used it every single day. I would watch That 70s Show box set. Literally, I think I've seen the entire series like 4 or 5 times now because I would just watch the CDs over and over and over again. And that's how I coped with moving into a new place by myself. And then when you go right across from my bed, you have my closet. It is such a nice closet. Obviously I was in here looking for a shirt earlier, but like I said, I did just vacuum everything today and clean. So I keep all my shoes that are like, tennis shoes, kind of more like dirty. I keep those all underneath here, like my nicer heels I keep in the box and stuff. And then I keep all my work stuff kind of on this end. And then on this end, I keep my like personal, way cuter stuff. And then up here, I keep like heels and sandals and my Uggs, which I can't wait to break out next month. And then I just have some purses and then my skirts. And then here's my dresser, if it's really, really good in here. And then right next door to my closet, I got that Farmhouse Fresh tote bag. Yes, ma'am. Here is my bathroom. I have another vision board as soon as you walk in. This is actually brand new. I just put it up last week. And that's my goals for like the next 6 months. They're gonna take me longer than 6 months, but it's the thought that counts. Anyway, lately I need to keep this in here. There was always a pile of clothes on this floor. Keeping this in my closet was never helpful. Stuff here, because I just have a little hanging wall. Isn't very sturdy. As you can tell, the maintenance people came and did a half-assed job, but I mean, it's pretty stable now. It was literally falling out of the wall for like the first 3 months I lived here because they would never come and fix it. But for those of you that don't know, I am an esthetician, and some of the only things I overconsume is professional skincare products. But in my defense, I do suffer from cystic acne, and your skin is the largest organ, and so you should invest in it. But anyway, so I'm currently on the Face Reality acne line, and then it dries out my chest and my lips, so I'm using these two things right here. They're both Farmhouse Fresh, and then obviously my sunscreen, and then I have some masks and stuff that I kind of used to use. And here's my shower. I got actually from Target from 2 years ago, and then I just have a gifted to me toilet seat cover. And then here is what my bathroom counter looks like. I have a wax warmer, my retainers and everything. This bar of soap has been such a trooper. I swear to God, I've had this bar of soap since I moved in. Other things that I use. You have storage up here and down here. So there is my bathroom. The thing about this place is the doors are all like very super close together. So you have to kind of pick and choose which doors you leave open, which can be kind of annoying, but it works. And then here's just like an overview of my room. Okay, so stepping out of my room, here is my living room. My living room is actually my favorite part of my apartment. And so I have this little pony wall, and right around the pony wall, I have a chair that was gifted to me by my grandparents. It's so comfortable. And then I have a little footstool that my mom gifted to me. This was actually my to-do list for the I just keep little kind of decorations. This is my record stand, which is a little bit chaotic right now. Wonderful window back here, but the records are right in front of the window, so like 70% of my records are actually ruined, which is horrible because I spent like at least $45 a piece on them back in 2018 when I was in my indie era. And I have a quilt rack that my grandmother gave to me. You have this awesome closet here. Don't judge me because it's an absolute disaster in here, but it's so nice because I can keep all my winter coats in there. And then I have like party bags. And this is all my recycling that I have not taken to the recycling area. I have a couple of plant stands, Parker Cannon on my wall, of course. Here's all my plants. And I just got, honestly, a lot of these pots on closeout at Walmart. They were like $3 a piece. Old pasta jar, of course. And then just some little trinkets and oils and crystals. It's just, this is my favorite area of my apartment for a reason. It's just so relaxing and nice. And another thing you'll notice about my living room is there's no distractions in here. Like there's not a television or a laptop or an iPad or anything like that. I just have my bookcase, my yoga mat, my oils, and my record player to kind of keep me busy when I'm in here. I just have an extra chair because I noticed when people come over, before I had this chair, they would always pull up one of these, and I only need a chair or two at my dining room table, so why not have one in the living room, right? And then this is what my coffee table looks like. It's actually so super cute. I just cleaned up incense, or I would be burning incense, but there's a whole pile I just cleaned up. So I just have my little stick and my candle, a starter plant, and then I do have a business card on here as well. This table is actually I'm actually leasing this table from my grandma. She said, bitch, you can use it, but I want it back when you're done with it. So I guess when I find another coffee table or just decide I don't want one anymore, obviously I'm gonna give it back to her, but there's not really like an end date, if you know what I mean. I told her I would look for one, and she's like, no, just use it, but I want it back. And I was like, okay, that works. From this area in the living room, my little breakfast nook / dining area, and then like my little pantry. So on top of my counter, I've got some more oils, and then these little guys that my boyfriend built these, and then I just have a plant that honestly needs to be repotted. It's right here. I got some mirrors hanging, super nice. It's my baker's rack on my pantry because this is the only other storage I have. And then this is the kitchen. It's the least entertaining, exciting part of my apartment. It's literally just a little hallway kitchen. It does its job, it totally works, but it's just really fucking boring to me, honestly. The dishwasher and garbage disposal are literally not working right at all. Notice like wear and tear from people that lived here before me, which is crazy. But yeah, that's it. That's the kitchen. I mean, it's just little, but like I said, it's perfect. It does its job, and then that is that. Looking across the hall from the living room, the breakfast nook, and then my bedroom here is the spare bedroom. Another big window, and I have some super cute sun catchers that I made too in the window. I just have my secretary's desk, and then more representing of the real friends, and then there's just a spare bed, and then a chair. This is actually one of the coolest parts of my apartment, although it's pretty hidden away. This is my album wall, and I made this album wall in 2021, I think. So I honestly think that this would be like quadruplified at this point because the music taste has only increased. The wall just has some of my favorite bands on there, like Knuckle Puck, The Story So Far, Real Friends for a while there. I mean, obviously. I want to get rid of it just because I'm like, this is such a big part of who I am and the reason like I am the way that I am, if that makes any sense. So I just decided, you know, I'll just incorporate it. But I wanted my room to be more like girly pink vibes. But I thought, why not leave the spare room like punk? Honestly, one day it will be time to move on from the 2010s, but right now I'm good. But there is another closet in here. It's just not super organized right now, but it looks exactly like the other one. And then I just have a little bit of decorations up back here, my little exercise ball. This is just the other bathroom. It's literally the exact same layout as the one in my room. My clothes are obviously drying in there. But the only difference about this one is this is where the laundry room is. And it's a mess, actually. I did not clean in here. Washer, my car from esthetician school, and then the dryer, and then the mop. That's a mess. Everything's a mess in there right now. I just have like a little art shelf, and then this adorable photo of me and my man. And then this little guy of me and my man, which I actually had custom made for him, and it was so freaking cute. So I hope you enjoyed the apartment tour. My apartment has been a work in progress since I moved in a year and a half ago, and there's still like stuff that I want to do in here, but also I have this little photo of Shaggy. But anyway, thank you so much for watching the apartment tour. Again, I've literally been cleaning since I woke up at 10:30 and it is 3 p.m. Anyways, happy scrolling, get outside, drink some water, and I'll see you in the next video.